I'm just walking around my yard right now after supper. Just walking around looking at all my beautiful bushes that are in blossom right now. I guess this would be a spring garden tour. My husband bought me this Camellia, for Valentine's Day one year. He bought me 2 of them. And this one is absolutely beautiful. I mean, even with that frost, it's just full of blossoms. And this will start getting bud into a blossoms like in February. Obviously, I got it for Valentine's Day. But isn't it absolutely beautiful? Just full this year. It's doing really good. Isn't that gorgeous? Even after that freeze we had, everything, it got warm and everybody's like, yay, it's spring. And then we had that hard freeze and, well, it kind of burnt things, but still it's doing wonderful. It's absolutely beautiful. This is from a cutting that I got from my forsythia. This is in a pot. I'm going to probably plant that in the back. That's in blossom. Even I didn't expect that, being in a little pot like that, to blossom. That was just from last year. I absolutely love these. I showed you a video when I was fertilizing them. We'll just call them gems, okay? We'll just call them gems. See, the foliage is starting to get darker. The foliage gets darker in the spring and in the summer. And more like winter foliage is more like this, green. But this is all the colors I get, Isn't that beautiful? I just love the tassels. And it's doing good after the freeze. Look at that beautiful, fun tassels. It's just beautiful. And this does blossom a couple of times throughout the year, too. And this likes shade or sun, I think, a little bit of both. If you live in the south, especially here in zone 7B, 8A, these are quite popular. But I have my whole yard all the way down. And a lot of them are in blossom right now. Look at these, they're beautiful. Isn't that just so happy. I just noticed all these violets. Look at all these violets all over the yard. Yep, right after rain they just kind of popped out. And here's my beautiful forsythia. I love the way it has an arch, branches. This is the tree or bush that came from my home that I lived in Michigan. And my daughter, when we were all in Michigan, she wanted to start off, and I says, yeah, And she had them in front of her road just like I do now, because it makes a good cover all summer because, it's a big green bush. But in the spring, that gives you this. Everybody knows forsythias. But I love the arch. I love everything about the structure because it gives you winter interest too. And that's what the other one I just showed you, that's the one I got a cutting from. And every once in a while you do have to cut them back. One year my husband, when we lived in Michigan, he had cut it back and it's huge. I was like, oh, you're going to kill it. And it came back so nice. So beautiful. So every once in a while they do like to be cut back a little bit. But see, because they start getting like, rubbing on, say this one right here should really be cut off. Isn't that beautiful? And I love, like I said, I absolutely love the way it arches. And there's a katydid. Not katydid. I did premanthus, I believe that is. But yeah, I'm going to take more cuttings off this too. I'm just going to have them all over my, because I want a bulb. I think it's called a bulb garden. And I'm going to have them everywhere. See, I got 2 of them. And the other one, I have another one. Then I'm going to move in other places. But those are in blossom right now. Then you turn around and right here, this came with the property. I believe this is a sand cherry. I do believe. Look at those beautiful. If you know what this is, like I said, it came with the property. There was 2 of them. One got accidentally mowed down. And I love the foliage stays, that color. Isn't that beautiful? And I also like the bark. I think the bark is beautiful. And, again, winter interest, right? So this doesn't have leaves in the middle of winter, but that bark is absolutely beautiful, which brings winter interest. And here I have my beautiful red bud. Absolutely beautiful. I love everything about this. This came from my son's property, and I got it when it was just about this big around. And I love the way it arches. I mean, in these big, beautiful, heart-shaped leaves. And it almost touches the ground. Like all this right here, you can't even see that in the middle of the summer because it just hangs down like this giant umbrella. And the top is kind of keep it trimmed a little bit, and it comes down like that. It's like a mini little hiding spot, like a little fairy garden. But that's in blossom right now. Isn't that beautiful? Just absolutely love this tree. And here's my other Carmelia. This one, it's moved around a little bit. See, I still have it in the pot because we're making this part of our yard. We're adding to the yard and making more of shade garden. And right here, so it's still in the pot. It hasn't, but it's still, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Absolutely beautiful. I like to get some more of those different colors. So that's in blossom right now. And this is, I can't believe it's not a forsythia. And this is beautiful, and it looks every bit like flowers. It's not a blossom. They're variegated leaves, but it still looks like blossom, so it's getting put in here. Isn't that beautiful? I did a video on that one. And for the last one, this is a tulip magnolia. It has not liked any place we put it. It's in a pot right now. We think we had it over there in the shaded area. It was getting too much shade. So now we brought it here. I mean, come on, at least we're getting a blossom. There might be another bud right there. It's doing good in the pot. This is pretty much full sun. Little bit of afternoon shade. But yeah, to the most beautiful, to the most, well, right now, insignificant. But that's what I have right now. I haven't blossomed so far. This time of year, because I'll have other things in blossom later, like my rhododendrons and azaleas and stuff like that. Well, we'll see if they didn't get burnt from that freeze. But there's my poor little thing. At least she decided to blossom first time. So you guys are looking at it like, what an insignificant thing. And I'm like, yeah, but it's still blossoming. We still got a little flower. But